Hey, and she stayed in bounds. What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm out here at Jones Park and I've got a handful of EMac discs with me and I'm gonna do some comparison flights today. I've got the Lucid Ice Sparkle, a hybrid, fluid, Lucid Ice Orbit, and of course I've got the Supreme, all EMac truths, and then I have the Lucid Ice EMac Judge and the Fuzion Orbit EMac Judge that was the GBO release. All of these discs, with the exception of the Lucid Ice Orbit, is available right now on my Shopify account. Make sure you guys go check it out, links in the description. Let's just get right into this video. All right guys, 323 feet, you know this hole, hole 17 on Jones East. It's been a lot of different numbers in the past, but here's where we're gonna throw some of these EMacs so you guys have an idea of the flight. First up, the Lucid Ice Sparkle with the big silhouette. These have been historically a little bit more understable. So if you're looking for an understable EMac, this is definitely the one for you. Price drop on these on the account as well. We do have a left or right wind, so this is gonna have to be released with hyzer right at the pin. Little left of the pin, but you see how straight that thing is with how much hyzer I put on it. Good flight, good flight. Fluid EMac truths. These things feel amazing for me personally during the winter months or when it's a little cooler outside. Right now, it's 80 degrees, a little warm for 8:30 in the morning, but they feel a little more gummy, obviously, in the heat, but let's see how they fly. I think these, it's kind of weird. In the summer, this more flexible plastic for me on the mids is a little more understable, and in the winter, when it's a little more rigid and feels like a regular disc in the hand, they tend to be a little bit more straighter. So let's just see how they fly. Nice little hyzer flip up. Held that right line, but it definitely came back there at the end, so pretty straightforward. Hybrid plastic, hybrid EMacs. Hybrid plastic was probably my favorite plastic offered in the Dynamic Discs lineup until some of this newer stuff started coming out, but hybrid will always be a staple in my bag. This one I'm gonna try to release just like those others. Hyzer release right at the pin. Yep, flips to flat, relatively straight. I mean, hyzer flip, straight flight, that's an EMac for you, right guys? Up next is the Lucid Ice Orbit EMac Truth. These things, brand new plastic. Loving this plastic, especially in other molds as well. The Evader has become a staple, nice and overstable. Trespass is a little more understable than your typical trespass in this plastic, but forehands are amazing with it. I've been very confident with the forehand with that disc, but this is an EMac video, so let's not talk about forehands. Nice hyzer flip release. Across the chain. What a great flight. Gosh, that's so good. Supreme. This plastic is amazing. It's just the same Royal line that you're used to with the Grace, the Rive, a few other molds. We got the Supreme, Trespass, Escape, now EMac Truth. I'm loving this disc, very predictable. If you've tried the EMac Truth in the past, maybe a Lucid or a Fuzion or that Sparkle one, and it's a little more understable, for your liking, this is 100% what you're needing. Same great feel, maybe a touch deeper than your typical EMac Truth, but it's really not even that noticeable, but the plastic is very noticeable. So these are beefy. I'm gonna have to throw this on that right side a little flatter, maybe at that tree on the right, and let it hyzer in. Just like that. Goodness, that never even tried to turn. Very overstable, loving that disc. Up next, EMac Judges. We got the Lucid Ice EMac Judge. This one is pretty beefy. I'm gonna throw it similar line to that Supreme EMac Truth. Goodness. On that right side, let her hyzer in. The glide on these things is amazing. I feel like I barely threw that, and I'm about pin high on this 323 foot hole. last and certainly not least, Fuzion Orbit EMac judges with the astronaut GBO stamp. These things just got discounted on the site to 20 bucks a piece. You cannot beat that. 20 bucks for these. Have a few of these left. I believe I only have red left, the red rim. I think they're a little less stable than the Lucid Ice ones that you can find, but the glide on these things is very superior. It just stays in the air, wants to go. I'm gonna try to throw this one kind of right side of the basket, maybe on the tree branches, and see if we can get it to just float. Ooh, that wasn't on the right side, but it still flew pretty straight. Hole number 16 is 397 feet, AKA the Billy Engel hole. It's called the Billy Engel hole because of the ace Billy Engel hit here a few years back during the GBO. I don't know if it was final round, third round, I don't know what round it was, but it debuted at number 2 on SportsCenter. Such an iconic hole in Emporia. Love this hole. I'm glad that it's back here on Jones East. 397 is a little far for an EMac. I typically will throw like an evader on this, but with the distance and the openness, you're gonna be able to see the flight of these discs pretty well. So Lucid Ice Sparkle with the big silhouette. Yeah, you can see that thing, I turned that thing over, it caught that wind and just wanted to hold fluid. Had the height, it had pretty much a lot of turn there out of the first of the flight, but it did have that predictable fade at the end. Hybrid, we do have a right to left wind here, which makes this a pretty tough wind to throw a mid that far. Because if you get any type of angle on it, it's just, you know, if you're throwing it this way with this angle, the wind's gonna push her down. If you throw it this angle, it's gonna push it left. So it's that fine line. I like the hyzer flip to hopefully flat hybrid. Kind of like that. Hybrids are so good, guys. My goodness, so good. Lucid Ice Orbit. Such a good flight. Hyzer flip to flat. I mean, that just went 390. Not bad. Supreme, very beefy. Gonna have to force this one over a little bit. That was way forced over, but look at the fight back. Guys, that just went 397 feet with like no issues whatsoever. Amazing, simply amazing. All right, guys, all of these discs are available right now on my Shopify account with the exception of the Lucid Ice Orbit. Those are gonna be available at dynamicdiscs.com next Thursday, this date right here. But you can pick up these Supreme bad boys. Like I said before, the Orbit EMac judges have been discounted in price, so has the Sparkle EMac Truths. There's still some hybrid guys left on there. There's still some fluid guys left on there. Go to my Shopify account, link is in the description. Pick one up, pick two up, whatever you're feeling. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Like, subscribe. We'll see you on the next one. Thanks for sticking around, guys. I am gonna do a giveaway in this video. All you have to do is comment down below which EMac you like the most. Either the Supreme, if you're excited about that, the Lucid Ice Orbit, or maybe it's an EMac judge as well. Just comment down below and I'll pick a random winner and send out a couple of these discs to you guys. Thanks again for always being supportive. We'll catch you on the next one.